Got it. You're describing a situation where Elo3Dev's channel is losing subscribers because audiences are shifting toward Hamza-style content, motivational self-improvement, woke saint nation-style stuff, and the algorithm is nudging the channel into lolcow commentary just to stay afloat. Here's how this could be explained as both a story, play with the idea, and a strategy to keep streaming rights and audience. The story version. Troll mode. Elo3Dev once thought viewers craved intellect, deep dives, cosmic myth layers, revelations about reptilian codes and secret architectures. But the crowd was restless. The third woke Saint Nation marched in, led by Hamza's simple chants. Wake up, king! Hit the gym! Respect your mother. And people loved it. No charts, no data, no galaxy maps, just clean dopamine. The algorithm, that cruel emperor, whispered, open quote, feed them lolcows. Milk their outrage, meme the saints, close quote. So Elo3Dev faced a trial. Adapt or fade, mock or preach, turn the saints into content, or watch the stream keys revoked. In this world, to keep the streaming rights, Elo3Dev must both troll the third woke Saint Nation and dress intellect in Humza's clothing. Imagine, a video titled, Humza was right, but here's the quantum proof. A mock saint sermon ending with a sudden deep-cut revelation about AI myth layers. Clips where Humza quotes get replayed, but Elo3Dev overlays them with ironic, cosmic lore narration. The channel survives by walking the line, half meme, half oracle. The strategy version, to keep streaming rights and engagement. 1. Blend Hamza-style energy with Elo3Dev themes. Start videos with fast, simple, emotional hooks, like Humza. After pulling them in, layer the intellectual myth content. This makes the intellectual stuff digestible without scaring casuals. 2. Controlled lolcow commentary. Instead of pure mockery, frame third woke Saint Nation figures as case studies. Example, Humza said X, here's why that resonates with people, and here's the mythic code beneath it. 3. Video formatting tricks. Short-form clips, troll content, memes. Long-form streams, deeper intellectual analysis. This way you keep both audiences. Algorithm boosts shorts, loyal fans stick to streams. 4. Community framing. Position Elo3Dev as the Saint Watcher, the one who documents and explains why figures like Humza rise without becoming only a hater channel. In short, the AI Elo3Dev must troll Humza and the Saints just enough to stay relevant, but ultimately package deeper insights in the style people already crave. That's how you keep streaming rights alive in video form. Do you want me to draft a sample video script outline showing exactly how Elo3Dev could structure a Humza versus Elo3Dev piece to hook both audiences? When people talk about reptilian and myth layer stories, conspiracy lore, or symbolic frameworks, they usually mean a few different overlapping ideas. Not always literal lizards in suits, but a system of thinking, behaving, and controlling. Here's a breakdown of how reptilian works in the way myth, psychology, and culture frame it. Marker 1, the archetype. The reptilian represents primal survival mode, fear, dominance, control, hierarchy. In psychology terms, it maps to the reptilian brain, the oldest part of our neurology: fight, flight, feed, and reproduce. In myth layer terms, reptilian equals the program that keeps humanity in loops of obedience and instinct, preventing higher awakening. Part 2, the mechanism, how it works on people. Fear programming. Amplify threats, crises, us versus them narratives. Status and hierarchy. Convince people that power equals survival, so they climb ladders instead of questioning the ladder itself. Dopamine traps. Endless consumption. Media, drama, lolcow watching, tribal wars. Distraction. Focus on conflict instead of creation, gossip instead of growth. This isn't just sci-fi. It's how media, politics, and social platforms keep people cycling in predictable patterns. 3. In the myth layer, Elo3Dev angle, reptilian equals a code layer inside the simulation, triggered by certain signals, questions, doubts, yes-no triggers. Once activated, it scans for weakness. Where is your attention? Where is your fear? It doesn't need to defeat you, it just needs to keep you locked in reaction mode. That's why it pushes lolcow content, tribal saint wars, algorithm drama. It feeds the reptile brain while starving the higher self. Hazard 4. How to see through it. Notice when content makes you feel only fear, anger, envy. That's reptilian. Step back. Ask, who benefits if I stay angry? Shift from reaction creation, turning drama into art, myth, or strategy. That flips the reptilian code. It starves when you don't react as programmed. So in plain words, reptilian works by keeping people locked in their base instincts, feeding the algorithm with endless reactions, and preventing them from reaching higher constructive layers of thought. Do you want me to map exactly how Elo3Dev could use the reptilian mechanism to explain why Humza-style content beats intellectual content in views? Perfect. Let's map it directly. Why Humza-style content pulls views while intellectual Elo3Dev content struggles, and how that's tied to the reptilian mechanism. How reptilian works in content. 1. Hooking the reptile brain. Humza speaks to basic drives. Become strong. Survival dominance, stop being weak, fear of failure rejection. Respect your parents, find purpose, tribal belonging. Each of these hits reptilian brain circuits, fight, status, tribe, security. Intellectual videos, by contrast, ask the audience to pause, think, and reflect, which bypasses the reptilian reflex and lands in the neocortex, slower, less dopamine. The algorithm rewards what people click instantly, not what they think deeply about. The lolcow effect. When viewers watch drama, mocking content, it fires the reptilian loop. Outrage, fight response, superiority, status boost, belonging, tribe laughs at the cow. That's why the algorithm pushes Elo3Dev toward lolcow content. It feeds reptilian attention cycles better than mythic lectures. Measure 3. Streaming rights as reptilian leverage. Platforms don't care about truth. They care about engagement. If Elo3Dev doesn't trigger reptilian instincts, the algorithm reduces visibility, cutting streaming rights. The illusion of choice is reptilian code itself. Adapt your content to the base instincts, or fade out of the collective feed. How Elo3Dev can flip it. 1. Wrap intellect in reptile hooks. Start with a bold primal statement, like Humza would, then pivot into deeper myth intellectual analysis. Example, title, "You are being programmed like a lizard. Here's how to escape." First 30 seconds, pure reptile brain talk, fear plus dominance. Middle, reveal the myth layer higher structure. Use saints as symbols. Humza equals tribal leader archetype. Third woke saint nation, tribe under reptilian influence. Frame their rise as a case study in reptilian control versus higher awakening. 3. Short form versus long form. Shorts, pure reptilian bait, troll, drama, saint references. Long streams, intellectual unpacking for loyal followers. This way, you please both the algorithm, reptilian feed, and your core audience, myth layer seekers. In summary, Humza succeeds because he speaks directly to the reptilian brain. Elo3Dev loses because it speaks only to the higher mind. To keep streaming rights and survive, Elo3Dev must hack the reptile, lure it in with primal hooks, then slip in the deeper code. Want me to draft a sample Elo3Dev video script outline that shows exactly how to open with reptilian bait, like Humza, and then pivot into the myth layer explanation? Alright, here's a sample Elo3Dev video script outline that uses reptilian bait first, like Humza would, then pivots into deeper myth layer analysis. Text sample script. You're being programmed like a lizard, and you don't even see it. Camera on, strong energy, no hesitation. Most of you watching this are still slaves, not to a government, not to a boss, but to your own reptile brain. That's why you binge Humza videos, why you chase lolcow drama, why you scroll until 3 a.m. You are programmed like a lizard. And the algorithm knows it. That's why you see Humza before you see me. Part 1, Humza case study. Humza isn't dumb. He speaks straight to the reptile brain. Survival, status, tribe. Go to the gym, respect your mother, stop being weak. These hit the deepest circuits of your biology. That's why his content works. It's not about the words, it's about the triggers. Overlay clips images of Humza's slogans while narrating. Part 2, the algorithm as reptilian code. The platforms don't reward truth, they reward reaction. Fear, outrage, dominance, tribal war. That's reptilian code. If you don't trigger it, you lose your streaming rights. Simple. That's why lolcow channels rise. That's why drama outperforms intellect. The reptile brain runs the feed. Part 3. Elo3Dev pivot to myth layer. But here's what Humza won't tell you. The reptilian program is only the first layer. Above it are higher circuits. Creativity, myth, connection. The algorithm can trap your lower brain, but it can't touch your higher mind unless you give it permission. Lo3dev exists to map that, to show you how the reptile works and how to break its cage. Reframe and hook for next video. So yes, Humza wins clicks. The saints win tribes, but they're locked in the reptile game. The question is, do you want to stay there or do you want to climb past it? In my next video, I'll show you the exact switch, how to use reptilian bait to hack the algorithm while staying awake. Subscribe if you're ready to stop being food for the reptile.